Right, I'm diving straight in, no drama, just me and a big town to build from nothing. We're also exploring everything on offer that we can utilize in the new content update. Let's get stuck straight in and go from nothing to tier 4. Well, here we go. A huge one right here. I've literally just got back from my run when this update dropped, so I'm getting stuck straight in. You can see we're already Lord Lemon. I just need to change the colors, but look at the changes they made in here. Looks awesome. So we're going to go with some kind of random coat of arms. I don't really care right now, but this is Lord Lemon right here. And there's lots and lots of changes. We're just going to crack on in. Been a few months since I've played a run, so we're going to go through and just take it all in and enjoy. Now, this all looks awesome. All these new graphical changes. I'm not sure if they've come in yet, but there is a new map, by the way, which is called Wide Valley. Let's take a little look at it. I almost want to start with the water, but it's set me off over here. We will have a couple of, we'll go Fractured Realm, but we'll only have 2 AI opponents. Now, I haven't quite decided where we're going to go. I'm just going to play with whatever resources we get because they all have a bit more meaning now. Not going to lie, though, I might start myself on the right here. We've got 2 trade routes that are pretty close. Let's go down this bit, and we're going to work with that. Let's go Wide Valley, all settings default. Well, not to see what Fractured Realm is all about. I know what Fractured Realm is all about. But look, even all of this is new to me, so all of the UI changes look awesome. But let's take a little look at this map then. Let's make sure we're paused a second. So we have, in fact, started on a huge hill, which is awesome. There's a little bit of a stream coming through. And then it goes on that way. Okay, so that's out of the map. Let's take a little look into the middle section. So this is over this way. That is awesome. So building around that's going to look really nice. There's double bridge in the middle. Okay, very, very nice. So we're going to unite as always, but we'll make sure we're paused up. So what resources did we get our hands on? We got wild animals, we've got wild berries, clay, and a deep stone deposit. I'm okay with the deep stone deposit, if I'm honest. So that's pretty cool. And I know some of you probably played since, but a lot of these cards and stuff have all changed. Let's get the basics in, though, and we'll get moving. So as we're high up, that's going to be a problem for sheep and stuff like that. But I'm going to put logging camp kind of this way. And we're not aiming to be really fast. I might actually start out this way. So we're going to aim to kind of move towards this. And as always, we'll get a couple of things in. So logging camp, let's get a few roads through. And then we'll get probably a granary on the edge, as well as our first storehouse. We'll go with some basics there. Let's get the logging camp up first, though. And yeah, there's all sorts. There's cows, there's milk, mead. I'm most excited about the booze changes because that's the most important change for me, I think. So yeah, this is obviously a problem because it's going to be taking a little bit longer to get up and running, but I don't mind that. There's also this construction yard now, so that's different. And let's grab maybe a hitching post over this way as well. But yeah, all of it looks really nice. I quite like the changes so far. That's great. But yeah, building this is going to take a little bit of time. Got to get those supplies over. I'll make sure the granary is very high. Obviously, wood highest and then high on the old storehouse. And then we'll go from there. So quickly get this up and running for you. I'm going to build out a few roads through a couple of different sections as well. We're pretty good here, so I could put a hunter's shack probably this end, which will be maybe the first one that we go for. Yeah, let's pop it there, and then we'll get berries out soon. I'll get a little road kind of out from this one, just going up towards it, and we'll get that in there as well. Oh, we got salt too. So do you have 4, or is that just because of this map? There's 5 on this one. We've got the good, I think we've got the good fertility. Actually, now that I think about it, because we're on this, yeah, we've got the farming zone. This is amazing. So we're going to be going heavily into farming, then that's kind of choosing what we're going to do there. And last log coming over, it'll be fine. Once all these resources are moved over, we'll be absolutely fine. We're going to be obviously slamming these in, and we'll go straight into 3 in the logging camp anyway. Oh, seasonal assignment too. Look at that. There's a little toggle for that. I'm assuming that's going to be for the farms then. So that's also very, very handy. And then we'll decide where we're going to put our first houses and marketplace. Let's do this first. It's been a few months, so just bear with me. I can just grab my bearings as always, but it shouldn't take me long. Let's get one just over here, and we'll probably go. Doesn't need to be huge. Maybe that. And that's absolutely fine. And then I can focus on houses. And I don't know whether I should do double plot or singles here, but I want to get onto some kind of crop pretty early on. So I think we get a couple of smaller doubles either side of this. They're going to be some basic vegetables. And then we'll get a couple of smaller ones as well. But I want them to obviously finish these first. We need to get someone assigned into these to get all of the details over. And we want to get a family in ASAP. And the moment we've moved these resources and the build the houses, that we no longer need to worry about this hill. And that hill is an awesome place for a manor, I can't lie. And I think they've overhauled, so I would recommend obviously reading the patch notes. I'll stick it down in the description, but I believe they've overhauled quite a bit of the AI as well, which is great. Oh, we're going to have a problem with food and stuff here. That rain isn't ideal for our bit that's stuck out. We got a little bit. All of this is nice up here, though. I really like the changes in this bit. So I'm just going to reduce the logging camp down now. We're going to put in one in each of these, just to smash through the resources here, and that will bring up the first marketplace, obviously. Hitching post, let's get another ox, so we'll get that ordered in as well. And I want to auto-assign to this. I still remember, I'm going to play how I obviously used to, and then just see how we want to do it, really. But I'm really intrigued as to how much money we can make on this, on the changes, to be honest. Now, we'll go ahead and get a couple of smaller houses too, why not? There is no reason to not have, like, a couple of singles this end as well. You know what? I'm going to bring it to there. Let's fill out a couple of single plots just in here. They don't need to be perfect. This is going to be enough for our families, and then we'll get another one off the back of this bit. And do I want another double, or do I want to try and get a few singles in? Let's go for a few singles with a couple of small plots, because we want to try and get a bit of every resource. Now, logging camp, I definitely want to set this to a specific area. So we're going to log down. We want to stay away from the berries, so we're going to log down this zone right here, and we'll keep a close eye on that. Right, we've got a bit of bread in the granary, which is fantastic. So I'm just going to keep an eye. If they've got rid of all the other stuff, we'll be fine. It looks like they have. So tools and bread are in. So we're going to go ahead and micromanage and reduce this. And obviously it's a problem when we move them so far away from the starting position, but I think it's worth it. And I always love the peacefulness at the start of this game. It is really nice. It does excite me. And this is why I don't just play it endlessly. I've already got about 200 hours in Manor Lords, and that, like, which is a lot, I know. But it's nice to have the gaps between significant updates now, and then when I come back, it is so glorious. Look at it. Every little thing just makes me happy. The noises, that rain sounds great too. Anyway, the key is scour approval. We're at 18% at the moment, which isn't great. Now, this should speed up pretty quickly. First house is in. So we'll have the extra hands as the family members come settle as well. So we want to make sure that we've got them all, like, prioritized. But now that the wood is coming from here, like, these should shoot up pretty damn quickly. And I think we're already in May, obviously. If I build directly over here, which I could have done, I could have got up straight away and got the family in. But yeah, like I say, we're not in a rush. We're here to enjoy it. And I will go ahead and expand these. And then once they're expanded, I am going to get probably some form of vegetable down. And I think I want to get onto apples pretty quickly as well, because cider is one of the new alcohol beverages that you can create. And I think it's 4 apples creates 1 cider. So I'd also like to do that. There we go. Approval going back up now. So hopefully they won't leave. And there's our settlement. What's it called now? So we've got to pick our origin, and we said we're going into some type of farming, right? So I know none of these have changed. So I'm just going to double check again, and we'll get our farming stuff in and ready. Although the sheep are more resilient, sheep no longer die at high elevation during winter months. We are in one of the higher elevated bits. Efficient hunting camps would make our efficient camp good as well early on. Don't like the trade routes being more costly though. Efficient farming at elevation, cheaper animal imports, increased miner labor speed, and all artisan workshops efficiency -20. But we'll have efficient farming. So I'm going to go Whedon Hinterlanders, I think. Let's get the Hunter Shack kind of highest priority now. And we will form a militia momentarily. So we should probably, to be fair, for the sake of the winter months, get our berry collector in as well. And let's get that nice and high. And with units, as they give us obviously the spear and all those sorts of things, we are just going to grab those in. And once the houses and food are in, we will obviously need some kind of firewood and firewood splitter. Let's put that, honestly, right by the storehouse. And once we get family in over 50%, I think that's still the same, then we'll be able to push through. So we've got our 2 expanded houses. I don't have any planks either, actually. I forgot about those. So we're going to need planks and firewood. But yeah, let's get this food in first. I believe the hunter camp is here. Let's get someone straight in there. We'll keep everything as normal. And our affinities, I mean, teaming, current effect is 73%. If we can keep this good, then we should. So wild animals and berries on ours. So it's probably quite important that we do. Forager's hut's also done. Now, I'm going to only put one in there for now. What I'm going to do is reduce the logging camp down now. And we are officially going to have to try and get their happiness up. So I'm only going to put one in the granary for now, just to make sure we're collecting the food. And with it being May, we're going to work down the wild berries and then get rid afterwards. And now it's just a case of getting spare housing in to make sure everyone is good to go. And there we go. A new family has started to move in. So it wasn't 50%. That requirement isn't there anymore. Look at this. We have a look at our competitors too. Let's see how they're doing. So they would have built straight off the rip right here. And I know that they build a little bit further in now, which is good. Nice little... this is a very, very hilly map. Where was that other one? In the center. That was, yeah, down here. Okay. So the idea is then mass farming, isn't it? We do need to get that up and running ASAP. So it looks like we're pretty good on the old food now. Hunter's camp I want to keep coming in because the pelts can be sold early as well. Just looking at which one we do. Got one spare family, so we definitely want to get these planks in. Let's get that going. And there's our saw pit. So I'm going to get one in here and we are going to set, firstly, a 4 timber limit, so no reserve on that. Planks, we're going to go, this is something we probably need to sell, to be fair. Let's just get 50 in for now. We'll keep an eye on it. I do want to get marketplace up pretty quickly. Now, whilst we wait for things to come in, let's decide on our first industry. And do we want to go straight into the markets? I kind of do, because I want money so I can get these cows in early on. I really want to see what they're all about. So let's start with the marketplace. Actually, should we get the church first? That will require the planks. Now, let's get trading post. I keep calling it marketplace. And the trading post is going to go around here. So what this means is I'm hoping off the King's Road here, we should, if I can bring up a road, I'm going to connect these two in. I don't know if they're going to use that, but we've got 2 trade points now. And I'm hoping that they come and use that and get into here. Nice and close. All right, we're going to reduce the forage. I'm just going to hit pause because that does give you the family back. I know that never used to. I always get told about that. You're welcome. And then I'm going to move to the storehouse and we're going to get all this going. So we got 20 planks in already. That's actually enough for our church. So let's go ahead and make sure we get that in now. Where do we want this to go? Let's stick the church. I mean, here is as good as any. I don't want to remove too much wildlife, but we did build this little road. So let's have the church off this way. And I'm thinking one house can go in there as well. Now, we've got these planks, so we should be able to potentially... We just need to move them into storage, get one of these, and we're going to get our vegetable gardens. This is mainly for next year. We're going to make do with hunting as much as possible. Good news is we're going to get 2 families on the next one. I probably need to make sure I've got more burgage plots to accommodate. So let's go ahead and smash a whole row in this way. We'll get 4 right there. Haven't decided where my first bit of farming is going to go yet. This is really elevated, so the animals are going to be a problem, or the sheep. So I'm thinking farmland might come out this side. Anyway, as we've got the people in now, we can probably make sure we can get firewood in. I think that's the only thing. Yeah, 2 months of fuel. So we're now going to start prepping to make sure we can get through the winter. No problem. But already moving in. Looking great. It hasn't stopped raining up on these mountainous hills. I love it. So good. So peaceful. I don't know if you guys ever think the same, but I sometimes wish that I was born a few hundred years ago. I know that's such a weird take, but... And it is brutal, like illness and fighting and all sorts. But there's part of it that would make you appreciate little bits of wildlife and stuff, you know? I don't know. We still can do it now, but we're so distracted. I mean, you're watching someone play and pretend to be at this time right now. So whatever I'm saying holds true, right? Anyway, how many stones have we got? Because we need to factor that in. So we've got none. Let's get some of the rubble stone going as well. Then we'll start prepping ready for that. I think... Stone Gatherer's Camp, we'll just get that for now. This is a surface deposit too, which doesn't accept quarry, right? So we got a little bit unlucky with that. So we're not actually going to get any rough stone. It's just rubble that we're going to be taking. So that's something we're going to have to buy in too. Those planks out of storage now. They are 1 vegetable garden, 2 vegetable garden. Now, we've only got 30 regional wealth currently, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put into these. Let's see if they've got enough to get one of them going, because we want it for next year. And I'm going to unpause the forager's hut right now, and we're going to try and get these berries in before the winter. Now, we've got 6 months of fuel, which is great, but that only sees us through temporarily. I think we're fine everywhere else, though. And how's my army looking now? Okay, so spear militia coming in nicely. Just need more numbers. And with these in, we do have enough. Some beetroots, 10 weeks to grow. We might get a couple this year. That's fantastic. And that leaves us with the 10 silver. So one of the first things we're going to need to do is make some money. And we're going to need the reserves on this as well. I think we do an export of this minor trade on rubble stone because we've got so much of it. So if we say, let's keep a 20 surplus, you can sell the rest. That should be fine. They should start sticking some of those in. And same goes with planks. So the idea is we're going to try and get in a bit of money. My desired surplus is 40. Can you sell the rest, please? I'm not going to open these trade routes until later on. All right, one family has arrived. Let's get them in here. I think we're due 2 families a month at the moment. Yes, we are. So this is good. I should hopefully be able to get the trading post going. And then we're going to get the livestock trading post. But I do need to consider setting up the farm bits now. Yeah, here it is. Livestock farm, look. Workers refine oats into animal feed and gather resources from pasture animals. So we're 100% going to need the livestock farm. So we'll start by getting one of those in. Then we're going to need a farmhouse, which I'm going to try and keep relatively close. We actually need more logs, so I'm going to need to potentially move that in. Berries aren't going to grow now, so let's pause that up. And let's get one more family in the logging camp. I'm going to assign 1 permanent ox to that as well. And yeah, I'm going to start putting in some farms because really we want oats quite early on. I think we can make oat cakes too, but we're going to need the animal feed and we're going to need a bit of a surplus for that as well. So where construction is concerned, we've got the 3 logs. Let's get our farmhouse in now, which fits perfectly right there, by the way. And then we're going to draw in some farms. And I don't know how best to do these anymore. I don't want to go too far, actually. I'm going to go... I mean, let's just do a 1.1. And if we're rotating stuff, I'm not sure what's going to be good enough, if I'm honest. So I might try my 3-field thing and then change it up afterwards. Now, I don't want to take away too many trees. I think bandits are showing. I could make some money off these, to be fair. If they're close by, we'll take them. I might be able to nab the money because we've got our militia. There's one this end, one this end. They're quite far away, so the other guys are probably going to take that. I might leave it then. We're already on 21 gold, so we might be able to get our first batch of chicken or honey or something. What's honey? 50. Huh. Get a chicken coop. I think that's sensible. But yeah, so here we go. We're going to need oats. I mean, let's start with oats on here. And we're going to have crop rotation on these 3 and try and set this up. Rye flour and rye bread is not a bad idea here. We've got better than wheat processing. We're going to have oats on this one. Then we'll fallow. So I have 2 years of something. So every year there needs to be 2 fields. So oats and rye. Oats and rye. They're our best bet so far. 1 fallow there. So we now need... There might be an overlap where it isn't great. Barley's not necessary yet. And we're going to have 1 where it's fallow for 1 year. This will do. So we're going to go with this so far. I might need to change this up. Obviously, I don't have the people to do this yet. But it is something we can sort. Now, in the meantime, the church is in, which is fantastic. This is going to keep them pretty happy. I'm going to keep it tier 1 for as long as possible. But I am going to get in my first, hopefully, orchard in this awkward little thing here. And then I'm going to build some more houses for the farmers. So we're going to naturally assign them, hopefully, to this. And we want the farmers. We could have honey. We could also have... we don't want them with businesses, really. So let's try this again. Let's see if we can go in this bit with 1. That could be a honey one. That can also be a honey one. And that can also be a honey one in there. We'll start with those 3. I'm just filling in the gaps with obscure stuff, but that's fine. And we are pretty much ready, at least, to get them in That's the main thing. And then we'll have separate storehouses and stuff for this. So I want to try and do it so it's all in this. But for now, we'll just go with the minimum. Now, we got 4 families. Let's start the stone gathering with 2, because that is going to be something we can hopefully sell. We're already making a bit of regional anyway, so that's fine. And we got our 20 spear militia as well. So if we do want to fight, we can take them out. Oh, you know what I forgot? A well. Ha! And look at that. We have it right there. Let's get one of those in. Completely forgot about that. Let's actually get 2 of them. We'll get one over there too. And there it is. It's starting. Quite excited about it. So livestock farms, we're also going to need to factor those guys in. Maybe a couple more hitching posts. So livestock trading posts, we'll start with just 1 and we'll put it next to our other one just over this way. Just so we can keep all market related structures out this side. And I don't know how much 1 cow is going to cost or anything. So we'll start with our first animal pasture so we know. Let's go. I mean, where are we going to put the buildings? If we assume that we're going to have to do something this end, we can put the first pasture into this one. That pasture space is 6. Have they changed these? I wonder if the small ones still work. Oh, they've completely changed it. So you need quite a lot of space. Let's go for 8 in there then. And let's get a few roads drawn in. All right, September, we've got 15 months of fuel. Ah, that is insane. Wow, maybe we should sell some fuel too. Yep, let's trade some firewood. But now we can keep 80. You can sell the rest. And actually, we should be going on to a charcoal burner too. So let's do that. Bit of industry. 1 charcoal burner. I think next year we'll be solid to go into these. I'm not going to do it right now. There's a reason I'm just holding fire, because it really is important that we don't kind of do that. Just keeping my numbers good. We still have those spare houses. I'm really tempted to save up for honey early on too. Now, what is it again for the tavern? Oh, very easy. So small tavern. They do the closest houses first. So let's assume that a tavern. Everyone always laughs at me because I put the tavern opposite the church. But it's not considered a sin. There you go. I can upgrade. I am not going to do it yet. I'm too concerned to do that. Now, I've got 34. How much do we reckon the livestock's going to be? Although I do think we're going to sell some good money. Sell some good ingredients. Let's get 1 in the charcoal burner. And the marketplace, we are going to turn off firewood. So hopefully we can start smashing that out and that will go in. It lasts a lot longer. It's also worth a lot more money. Let's soak it in. Always so nice. That's it, work in the charcoal pits like a good peasant. I'll try and make it look pretty, guys. I really will. Again, booze, I'm going to try my hardest not to buy it in. I'm going to try and produce it. But again, we're going to need the orchard to be fair. So should we decide where our first orchard's going to go? I feel like we're going to have to start coming out this way. And around the church here, I mean, that is going to be an orchard for sure. So I'm going to start the construction of that one. And then we're going to put another one in here. It has to be apples too, which makes it more difficult. That's pretty good. We're going to get good yield around the church from that as well. So let's get another orchard in there. Obviously, the bigger you make them, the more the seeds cost too. And I do want to get my second one in. But I don't know how long we're going to be able to stay sustained off these 2. It's going to be pretty tight, isn't it? So let's go ahead and get some more beetroot in there. Pretty cheap. So fuels hopefully will be stocked in momentarily. We've just got to wait. I do need to upgrade this though. So let's go ahead and do that. Go for the highest priority too. Because we need storage for that charcoal. And here comes the winter. We are November, so food currently is pretty low. But I think the hunter's camp is going to keep working. We've got that 1 set of chickens. I'm not sure if we're going to get some beetroots, actually. It is possible. All right, livestock trading post then. So let's see. How much is a cow? We can get the calves in. The cow is 50 coin, though. Okay, we're going to attempt to import 2. We've got enough for 1 right now. I think actually, no. We need to make sure we've got oats. Okay, they aren't populated yet anyway. So if we haven't got oats, there's no point anyway. I could potentially put in... Let's make it seasonal here. What can we do? So autumn. Oh, wow. This is going to be different here, isn't it? I think I'll stop the seasonal for now until I figure it out. We're just going to let them start. I'm hoping that we can get a little bit of growth because we're going to need those oats. Now, housing space. Are we out? We are. Let's get the... We need apples. So I'm going to have 118 for those seeds. Wow, that's going to take ages. What about honey? Now remember, this is going to give us more yield on the other things too. So I am going to get that in. And we're going to check out what it is to make the... It's a 1-to-1 ratio, I believe, for the mead. We'll expand these for now just to make sure we've got them. I think they only sow until the end of November, actually. I'm not sure. Yeah, December means that they completely stop. So we're not going to get any growth on those. Although it is done, so you might get some. I don't know. I guess we make it seasonal. So if I hover over then, they don't do crops grow in the summer. They only harvest in autumn. So if you have them only working during the autumn months, we can have them doing the other stuff. I think that's correct. Let's see how we go. Otherwise, what's the point in them? Or is it based on the crop? Anyway, I think everyone's 100% happy. So that's the main thing. Yep, we're all good. Oh, yeah, forgot. We also have those pelts, don't we? Let's export those. Are they used for anything still? I don't think they are. So let's literally get rid. We want to sell all of those. I think we officially have enough to upgrade. So I'm going to upgrade my 2 farms to start. And then we're going to see where we're at after those, because that's going to bring in a tiny bit of income. We have 60. I really want to go ahead and purchase now. I'm going to put a second one in the farm. Not going to purchase the animal, but I'm going to put one in the trading place, trading post as well. I really want to get these cows in. I don't know whether I need a huge surplus of oats before we go any further, though. That's the scary part, isn't it? Do you have... I was very tempted to try and get onto these apples, like I say. I think you have to have a tier 2 house, though, to brew. So without it, it's not going to matter. So we want to upgrade one of these as well, because we need to turn it into a brewer. Because there is no way to make them without, I don't think. So I really want to see if we can make mead from the house. I officially only got 1 month of fuel. We've already hit that large settlement here now. 1 month of food, sorry. We're going to still pull in the small game. We should be absolutely fine. It is January, so we'll be ready to pump up the berry numbers ASAP. But yeah, we're going to need to make this money, I think. I'm concerned that we got a cow in and we haven't got the feed. Also, going to need to factor in, let's say, keep 5 tools, please. It is a minor trade, so I can leave that. There we go. Animal feed, though. It's a bit of a... What's oats? So it's 12 to import that. What is... The oats are 11. So we could technically start importing. So let's say maybe 10? We'll try that, because all we need is a little bit to turn that in. So we'll need... Again, milk. So livestock farm for the animal feed. So we probably want to try and set production limit on this. I really don't know what's good. Let's try 50. But we officially have our first cow. Look at this. Hello. I absolutely adore cows, by the way. I think they're awesome. They're like giant dogs. It's a shame I like to eat them too, but they are great. Look at that. In his wintry habitat. Now, I wonder if I click on him. Going somewhere. I would like to see if we can determine how hungry they are, but it doesn't show. Okay, the pasture has a building now too. I guess that's where the food's got to go. Oh, where grasses grow rich, the pastures answers in kind. Chance of increased yield from pasture animals based on the meadow environment. Ah, okay. I'll have to keep an eye on that then. So it probably costs planks to get those in, doesn't it? Right, let's get a couple more burgages done. So is that one, that tier 2 one's done, isn't it? So this then is going to be our brewer. I really just want to see what they're all about. Also going to make a bow squad. So let's get another one up. Where do we want to put these guys? Another house over this way. These are going to be some tier 2s for production. So we'll go for, yep, 3 right there. I'm going to turn down the stone gatherer's camp now. It's pulling in way too much. And then maybe we need to, let's max this out, but probably need to go ahead and order in a horse. Maybe another ox. Let's do the ox first. All right, here is the brewery then. Let's take a look. So, mead, yeah. 1 honey makes 1 mead. That is our output. So this is, it'll always do this first. Then from the advanced, we're going to say... We don't need a reserve of honey, but we might need a reserve of apples. So only make cider when your apple reserves. Production limit? No, just make mead as much as possible. And then if you you see if you tick them like this, it'll do it in that order. So they're always going to try and make mead first until the honey's gone. Then they'll make the cider. Then they'll make the ale. Now, the other two, well, we'll see. But I love that we can turn that honey into that. So, and worth note, do we have any honey yet? We don't right now. Let's see. But I'm going to try and get some more honey slots in. I'm going to get attacked soon. So 3 bandit camps, man. These guys haven't gone out yet. I could speed ourselves up by getting that in, to be fair. Like it might be, now might be the time to kind of go out. Now the sun's coming out, right? Let's not run. I'm going to have to get used to all these new logos, you know? Let's just put them on the hotkey, though. We'll probably just go and stand up this end and go take out this bandit camp for some cash. Right, Band of Raiders in 365 days. That's cool. We'll be more than ready by then. I think we've officially come in. We're officially into our 2nd year now. So we're going to want to... I'm just going to wait for this to grow a tiny bit. And again, do we... I'm trying to see at what point we could have, like... I really want to test to see if this does anything. Like, I want to see if they go out to work. Oh, they are. Okay, so we are going to need them on that too. Oh, there we go. Got animal feed, look. Spoilage is very low. Do they go and stick it in there? I have no idea. Oh, this is great too. We can have seasonal. So after harvest, you guys come and knock that up. So for now, I'm going to try it. We're going to keep an eye. We have milk. Oh, we want them all the time then. What I can do maybe is say, like, reduce it in the winter. We'll see. But we have our first bit of milk. I don't know if they can eat that direct. I think they can, and it classes as an animal produce, which is really nice. Right, my soldiers are in. I think our first fight is coming. We are ready. Only a small bit of raiders, but it should be very straightforward. Cool. Well, push forward, I think. Let's push on them. I think... their effectiveness is worse than us, but we might be pushing on a hill here. We've killed one already, so really could do with not losing anyone. How are we spinning around like that so much? There we go, boys. Let's go balance then, because they're being weird. Yeah, definitely being weird. They don't seem to be fighting properly. Have I found my first bug? Maybe. I'll pull back here. Let's see. There we go. Pull back out and go in. They are losing the numbers now. Yeah, that's fine then. There we go. They are gone. Let's go, guys. Go and grab that. Take some free cash here and hopefully get our first orchard in. I don't know. Just want some cider. There it is. Let's go send the resources to nearest town. It's only 89, so let's get home. And let's disband when we get here. Anyway, I think we've got growth on our first one. I'm just keeping an eye. The first two are fallow. Maybe we rotate 1 year at a time then, like this? I don't know. What's coming in first then? It's the oats, isn't it? And then next year we've got oats and rye coming in. Obviously, we're ready to go ahead and need the forager's hut to upgrade. Then we can get them back in there. Because we are out of food, guys. And I am going to go ahead and get some more chickens in. Again, not going to be putting anyone in the tavern just yet until we need to. I'm just seeing if we do end up with any... At the moment, just keeping an eye to see if honey comes in. We've only got one person working that for now. All right, let's prepare a few more farms. And we are going to start going a little bit bigger now because there is going to be something we can get out. Let's get 2 more there. We are getting some beetroots in now. It's still just getting the food back up. We've upgraded the deposit over here for the wild berries, and we're getting some herbs off that now as well. So all is good. Again, look at these. Very nice. We got the oats looking good. Now, I wonder, can we do something like porridge? We only have communal oven. There is no like cook place. Now, if I upgrade, obviously I need some more food to come in. Cheesemonger here. We're going to need one of those. And then a bakery. So we're going to need bakeries for rye bread as well. But I think early on we can get the communal oven anyway. We're going to have our first batch of oats coming in, which is nice. That should cover our animal feed. Haven't quite got the second one in yet. In the meantime, I will get some of the animal pens ready for some piggies as well. And goats. We need just a mixture, really. I don't know if you get milk off the goats. I'm going to export some charcoal. And we're going to turn off the export of the firewood. So no trade there. We're going to switch to charcoal. And I'm going to keep 140 for now. I mean, we got 22 months, but at least it sells for a little bit more. So that could help with the money as well. I'm going to start recruitment of a bow militia. And we are going to turn one of these, hopefully, once we can upgrade. Just wait for a bit of meat into one of those as well. So I'll keep a close eye. We'll make a bowyer workshop. And I'm going to attempt to turn off the animal feed trading now. So I have a feeling not the animal feed, the oats. I don't want to buy any more because it's going to cost us a lot each time. I'm hoping we've got enough. I mean, we've only got the one cow right now, but there it is. We're going to upgrade this one. So this is going to be our bowyer's workshop. That is also going to be a trade that we're going to make. I'm going to push in to try and sell some more things, I think. So I haven't seen a single bit of honey come in, which is interesting. We do have 50 animal feed, though, so I can't complain too much. We've spent a little bit too much money on that. It hasn't produced any honey for the last 365 days. Why is that? Oh, well. Right, we're going to get the bowyer's workshop. It only costs 10, so we're going to expend that. I'm going to get in these pigs in a moment as well. They're 22, so I'm going to get 2 lots of pigs, and we'll just get them prepped. Okay, so Archer, we're going to say active recipe is just the war bows. And oh, you can do planks separate for each. That's awesome. We're going to say don't do it unless there's 20 planks in. I mean, we don't need more than 30. So, oh, did I just click the wrong one? What was I doing there? That's crossbows. No more than 30 on the war bows. And then over this way, we're going to have a little look to see if we can sell them. They're a major trade, so we'll have to set up the thingy. We'll say have a surplus of 20. We only make 2 from them as well. It's a bit naff, isn't it? It's crazy how different the import to export cost is, which I think the export cost should be a little bit more balanced, or import should be slightly cheaper, maybe like 25-30% cheaper, because it does seem I know you can still make loads of money, but it's still very weird. I'm just making sure actually there isn't 2 years where we'd have loads of oats. I don't think there is. We are going to have some rye next year, so it'll be worth us starting to prep the mill. So windmill, I mean, let's keep that bit free. The windmill efficiency, too many trees around here. This looks to be our best bet over here, 86. So they've definitely changed this. We're going to get a windmill there. It means I can get a couple more houses or something around this end too. Won't be populating it yet. And we have the 8 archers in. I'm going to try and fill that up. So we should have something. Maybe the manor house can come in too. Then we'll have a little bit of retinue to fight with these. So we have everything for this. I ideally would like to put the manor house over this end. So we're going to go... Let's go over here. Off the top of the rock. Boom. Just going to commit the basic house for now. But I'd love to get some proper walls around it. We'll see. I never do it. Now, I'm going to hold on this population for a little bit. We've got enough people to do everything. I think we've got enough for our first set of pigs. Pig yield speed increased to rate proportional to the woodland environment. If you tuck them away, I guess we're pretty good until we chop it all down, right? I could move that. Let's do that, because we're going to farm over here anyway, right? Let's keep that woodland good. Let's start chopping down this area. And there's the mill. Very nice. That is ready for our next year, though. We still only have the 1 cow. It is quite expensive. We probably do want to start the breeding of that. We could slaughter them if we need to, couldn't we? So there's no say in how much if you get meat from the cows, though, to be fair. You look at this. The wilding is a problem, actually. So I'm going to destroy the honey out of this one. That's no good. Let's go ahead and get, like, chickens in there. What I'm going to have to do is put some houses out in the zones where they can get out. So this is going to be... honey. I don't want to take too many down, to be honest. Those 3. You only need 5, so we want the whole zone to be almost good. If I can get 2 more. Alright, these are going to be the 5 honey producers. Hopefully that makes them better. I just realised on 20% or something. So we'll move that out. Now, harvest season has started, our very first one. That does take us all the way down. It's going to be quite hard to keep an eye on the unassigned families, I think. Now, berries are out. Can we put the forager's hut on rotation? We can. Look at this. So I don't need to... I can have it so we can have 2 on each. Don't bother in the winter because you can't do anything. Although autumn, they're also reduced. So we'll go down to like 1 in the autumn or something. There's nothing in there right now. That's handy. That does make it a lot easier rather than having to manually do it. Now, we end up with a harvest. Oats. See them farming. Is it got to be threshed or something? There it is. We have 79 oats. We got them. Very nice. So we'll see how we get on with that. I probably want to upgrade it to the ploughing station too. So that's now... What? Are you planting the oats? Hold on. because they're already done so fast, we definitely don't want them planting. So we're in September. Crop rotation happens in October. So gonna have to pause this once they're ready. I don't want them to start planting, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Gonna try and get it because we need this one to be fallow. They're actually meant to be doing these, so we've got to wait for the rotation before they put it in. Yeah, I've always found it a bit weird on this game that it does that. I mean, it's fine, but there we go. There's the rotation. Because they're too fast, so maybe I need to get the perfect field size, but that's fine though. So this one should be fallow. These guys are the ones they're going to plant, which they're doing right now. We definitely want to get the ploughing station on this. And as we're getting some money in now, I'm going to make sure that we get our pigs. So almost done on those. That should see us through the winter just fine. And then livestock, hopefully, you'll be going out to get it as well at some point. In all fairness, we could sell cows too. That's a way of making money. Anyway, we have our retinue now. So our manor house is in on the hill. We've got a pretty good view right there. I can't lie. Now we got to try and save some money for these guys when we can. Bandits now stealing stuff. Maybe we need to get back out. It's 2 bandit camps only, isn't it? How long have we got? 138 days. Let's rally up. Yeah, let's go over this way. And we'll deal with those. Get some more cash. Oh, they're sowing as quick as they can. I think the sowing is pretty quick with these guys anyway. We managed to get all of that done in October, so that's good. Yeah, we're all good. Those 2 fields are growing. So I've almost got the right size. I'm going to say 1.3 Morgan with 6 families. Maybe 1.4. And then they're going to turn the oat sheaves into oats as well. I wonder if we're going to be able to use the sheaves at some point, the actual stems. All right, we have cash. I don't want to spend it because I want my second cow to come in. I have made a right meal of how slow I've been doing things. I can't lie, guys. I'm really sorry about that. But I think we're going to be selling the bows now, so we're pretty good there. With that, these guys are moving in over here, so we're going to want to get a couple of upgrades. I'm going to start with those 2, and that means we can then push these to be more late game kind of buildings. They're quite far away, but they're going to hopefully be the more shield producers and those types of things. Now, I have a feeling we're going to be maxed out on these guys, so let's go ahead and assign another one into each, and that keeps our demand good. We're also going to need to upgrade the granary. This I don't like, the animal feed being in here, so what we're going to do is turn off these. Booze for now we're okay with. I'm also going to say no to the oat sheaves, but we can have oats in there for now, and I'll change this up, and I'm going to get this upgraded now because that's going to take too much storage space. And there we go. Our pasture has the 2 cows now. We can turn off the livestock trading post. And all money and proceeds are going to go into our honey now. I really want to get this booze on. Oh, hold on. The oat is a grain that they can eat as well. That's fantastic. So we can utilize the oats either way. So they're not a bad thing to grow for early game food. Ah, I was wondering if you could turn them in. It turns out they'll make their own porridge. So one of these, I think this one right here should be upgraded and turned into a cheesemonger. So once it has what it needs, although, should I get rid of chickens out of there? Let's do that. Let's upgrade you. You're going to be the cheesemonger. We might need multiple of these if we're going into that as a food source. I think that's sensible. And look at the color difference as well. I love that. Animals now all looking different. Now, the only thing I don't see is, do you require a bull of some kind, you know? And we are ready. Let's go take this next bandit camp. Maybe go over here this way. This is a bit of a hill, so let's maybe come in this bit. They have shield wall. They do. Let's go. Obviously make them tired, but hopefully we'll be fine in the shield wall defensively. I don't want to push forward on the hill because although we have major effectiveness, we should be able to push forward now. Finish those guys off. I really don't want to lose anyone. Ah, we lost one. Damn it. That's okay though. We're going to get some money before we're back into the winter. I've got enough surplus anyway to see us back into April, so we're all fine. And this one we're going to send to the town once again. And we are going to get home. I'm not going to fight the other ones because it'll be sensible just to get back. And look at that. We have a nice surplus now of goodies. So we're going to put in our first honey. Let's see how well this does over here. And still the bandit stole 9 eggs. Are you serious? Only one more. Steal off the other people. Alrighty, these tier 2s then. I'm going to go into a shield maker or joiner workshop. These are all things we're going to be able to sell. We're going to need multiple of these, so let's grab 2. Now, if I think about resource-wise, there's nothing we can do here. We're going to probably grab that salt, but there's not much. We've got pretty unlucky on the starting point. I mean, clay is going to be handy to get our church to tier 2. That's always going to be nice. So we can make those ourselves. But we're probably going to have to buy some of these bits in. All right, let's go. Because these joiner workshops will start hammering things out. Let's get just large shields on you. Let's put small shields on you. I know we can do multiple. Small shields we're going to sell. Large shields we're pretty much just using for our army. And we don't need a lot. So large shields, let's make sure there's always some planks. And just make 20. That's fine. Small shields, to be fair, we can get them both making them. 20 as well. So if we rotate these two to only do, so they're alternated. Each one will craft each. We're going to buy the spears in probably. We're not a mining outpost. We are a farming outpost. So we do need to consider that. Almost there. I probably am going to get my first lot of apples here because I do want to make some cider as well. And it's time for us to build a storehouse this end. So I've got plenty of people to work with now, so we're fine. We're completely stabilized. We're going to have a granary over this way. This granary is going to be for... Ooh, efficiency up. Nice. 97% now is going to be for these. So if I get rid of these little trees here, the efficiency will go up. But yeah, we're going to store the animal produce so it can go straight into this one. We are also ready to do the cheesemonger, but is that a tier 3 actually? Ah, it's tier 3. I'm going to leave you blank then for now. And now in this granary, I'm going to get rid of animal feed, which will come out eventually. We're going to untick all of these other than herbs. I think all of these ones are fine. I don't mind some oats being used over here. I'm also going to take the booze off. And then in this one, once it's done, this is going to have all of those housed, hopefully. Okay, before I put anyone in them, oh, you can make these seasonal as well. Why would you ever make the granary seasonal? We're going to turn off food other than milk. So milk can come in here. All the crafting stuff is good. So we're going to allow all of you. And we're going to put one person in there. Probably going to get this one upgraded straight away so it's ready. And we're going to turn off marketplace creation for that one. I was a little bit too delayed there. We're going to have one that's not quite there, but that's fine. The current effect actually is still only 24%. I think it's the overall, so it doesn't matter where the honey is. This is still where they are, so that doesn't matter that I've put them in the field, actually, so I misread that. So honey, just don't seem to be getting any. Also going to get these ready for farm plots. Again, not spending them. I want to get the apple orchard in first. And there we are. One lot of apples. And now let's come in, because we're going to start opening up our trade routes here. So I want to buy in the spears. So exporting of small shields. I don't need any of those. Now, it is a major trade. I think I will unlock this one. Did you really just steal some of my iron? Didn't even know I had any iron slabs. Did I get that from you guys? So let's go kill this bandit camp as well. Actually, raiders are coming. Let's not do that yet. Let's hold fire. Another bandit camp's popped up next to us. So remember, they don't harvest until the autumn. So we should probably set the windmill to only work in the winter early on. And just see if that kind of works. The attackers are here, so let's grab everyone. Let's just rally them over here a second. They're all the way out here anyway. They shouldn't be very big, because it kind of bases it on the size of your army anyway. So it won't be too bad. Although, it looks like the other retinue and stuff, they've got some spears, look. Looks like they actually made some spear militia, normal ones. Oh my god, the AI is huge. So I might not even have to fight there. I mean, I'll take it. Yeah, they're going to end up dying to their spear units, to be fair. So I don't think I'm going to have to deal with this. And it looks like the enemy AI isn't going to die so fast anymore. There's one already over that they're fighting. Is that the bandit camp? Ooh, we might be able to do a cheeky nab here. I'm going to get rid of these guys. I don't think we need them. Are you going out to steal the goodies? Maybe. You guys go fight instead. And I want those. Yeah, we might be alright. I think I can sprint these guys across and nab those. Yeah, enemy AI is going to get stuck into these, it looks like. So we're not going to have to fight anything. And he's winning very decisively. So I'll go and deal with all bandit camps because of this then. Although actually, no. Let's stop sprinting a second. Let's wait here because there's bandits on this. Oh no, they're fighting out there. It's just bugging a bit. Are they trying to claim mine? Hold on. You. Helen Sweg. Where's Helen Sweg? Hiling Sweg. Yeah, you can take that. That's fine. We'll take it off you later. Right, we'll take those resources. Thank you very much. And we're going to stop sprinting now and deal with the next one. I'm just going to get up on the hill. They're pretty weak, so we're going to have to let them recover, as in stamina-wise. And I'm ready to get in my next lot of veg now. So we're going to get 2 lots of carrots over this end. Take a little bit longer, but that's fine. Well, they're going to fight the bandit camp, so we're just going to run this way. Hopefully they all run out to fight them and we can nab the goodies. Looks to be that way. Thank you very much for your help. We can be friends. There we go. Oh, yeah, it does give us some of this stuff, so we get some food off them too. So it's worth grabbing them early on than the bandit camps for sure. There more. Hold on. There's still some raiders knocking about here. Where did you guys come from? They're very weak too. So I'm hoping we can... I mean, our fatigue is huge. You shouldn't be tired anymore. You stood there. This is bad for us. We got low ground apparently too. Although no, we're killing them. It is fine. We'll just hold that. And there's the kill. Right, we're making really good money here. So, I think we can open those trade routes now. And I'm going to start with these 2. So, we'll say keep the 20. We'll keep 10, sorry. And we are going to unlock the more expensive one first. Remember, they double each time you unlock. So, we're going to start with those 2. We could also unlock the bows, but we're selling those anyway because they are... Are they minor? They're not, actually. Let's get those traded out too. For a major trade, you'd expect some more cash to come from these, wouldn't you? Let's establish that. So we've got 3 big trade routes unlocked for our weaponry now. Let's continue with some simple upgrades here, just to our smaller farmhouses. We've got extra storage for all of the farm goods. And let's plan out some more roads to make this a little bit more, well, fantastic, to be honest. Let's go all the way across. And honestly, gonna bring that through there on the marketplace. We've got room for a few houses. And let's slowly start trading in these spears now. So we're going to say, let's grab 2 at a time. It is a major trade, actually, so we'd have to unlock that. Oh, damn it, man. Let's get it. It would have been probably better or cheaper to buy in the iron, but I'm fairly certain the iron itself is also going to be stupidly expensive. Yeah, it's 12 anyway, so you may as well get the spear in for 12. I think I'm going to cap this even lower. We're going to take this down to 40 animal feed. I see 50 sat in here and it lasts ages, to be fair, so you don't need too much. I'm keeping a close eye and wondering if this ever does reproduce. I imagine they're going to. It's just going to take some time, so we'll see. I'm not sure if milk counts as a food variety food. Oh, it does. I see it in there, so it does count as an animal produce anyway, so you don't even need the cheese. Keeping a super close eye on when the apples come. They are going to take ages. They are in. You'll see they are tiny. This is our next one for apples, so we're going to get that orchard going as well. And now I think it's time we start preparing even more. So we've only got 1 spare house. Let's start really pushing in, because I think cider is going to be a better play here. And I think it's always going to be a better play. And we are going to go for... Let's go for 3 like medium-y size ones there. I don't want to go too big. Again, I'm going to keep pushing the honey. And the reason I'm doing that anyway is because it boosts our farms. Let's also start getting in some goats. The goats themselves, we should be able to then create with our cobbler. And I'll probably convert one of these eventually too. But I am going to place in some more roads. We're not building too quick, and that's the idea, I think. What I'd like is when they're fully grown, you see this right here, it is fully grown, for them to go harvest it. That's what I would like. It's because it says 77 days left, even though it's grown, right? So it would be nice to have more of that. Now, I genuinely think we could probably go ahead and get another lot of small fields. And we are going to aim for something a little bit smaller. I'm going to put a similar rotation on. We're going to try some 0.7s. And I'm going to keep them as rigid as possible. There we go. And we're going to put these 3... on their own rotation again. Very tempted to try and just smash out oats. Let's take a look. Yeah, you see, because oats are just fantastic. Let's keep rye coming. I will do it in a way that... shall I try flax? I think the fertility is okay. Nah, let's do that. There we go. We'll start another 3. They're smaller as well, so it's not going to take them a long time. And I'm also going to go ahead and get the ploughing station in, because we're going to start ordering more ox when we can as well. Got my first horse in, so traders should be doing pretty well. And I see money rolling in just fine anyway. Let's finally get these houses in. So we'll go... Not enough goods, that's fine. Let's reduce it. No, let's try slightly less then. I'll get 3 more in. These, I think, is where we're going to have a whole row of goats. I'm pretty sure we can go down to 1 in each for the foragers' huts on the months because they're really struggling here. It's always empty. I think we couldn't have got any more unlucky with the resources we have, you know. Now, I'm going to set up a charcoal trading route, a proper one, because I have 849 charcoal with 1 person in there. It's insane. So we're going to officially buy this in. It's going to be worth less, but they don't go below 1 anyway, and it's only maxed at 2. And we really don't need this much. It's going to take up all our storage. So we've got a 4th person in there. And let's smash it out. We have carrots and beetroot as well. I'm feeling good. Now, if we do decide to go on sheep, we might have to try and, like, I don't know, it's so hilly. I don't know if we're going to be able to use them in this land. Probably have to go over here. It might be too steep, but that might be the only place that we can hold them without them dying. All right, let's go deal with this last bandit camp once and for all, because they're annoying. We'll just straight shield wall it. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's go. Come on. Hey, it's drought right now. Look at this. I've just noticed the colours. This is literally what it looks like in England at the moment. I can't lie. We haven't had a single drop of rain for like a couple of months now, and that's like unheard of. Everywhere is dead. There we go. We'll take you. Let's bring that straight back. So we're getting some good money now. Reason we need all this is to continue. I think I got my last honey one to do, and then we're all done. And whether that brings in honey or not, it gives us the efficiency anyway, so I don't mind. Harvest season is in. Let's go. It's time to mill. Right, we're going to need that communal oven. Although, I probably... Oh yeah, goats. Let's get those in. We're going to need some shoes. I might be able to convert one of these. So, where do we want to go? We got these guys, to be fair. I could put those in. We said these were going to be goats, though, right? Let's maybe change this one here. I know this was going to be the cheesemaker, but we can deal with that later on. Communal level bakery is tier 3, so we're going to have to go communal oven anyway. So let's put the communal oven right there. So, tempted to buy in more cows myself. So let's unpause this. Let's go to 5, and then we'll put that back in afterwards. Now, we can probably start to look at getting in some of these. So, firstly, can I produce any of this myself? We can do rubble stone into mortar. So we'll get a lime kiln. And lime kiln, let's put this over this way anyway, just so I can see. It's not very efficient, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then the stonemason, we don't have rough stone, so we're going to need to trade that in. Dress stone is 15. How much is a rough stone? 13. So, for the sake of what we're trying to do, we may as well buy in the dressed stone. We're going to need to buy this route, and then we need 20 total. So, let's establish that route. This is what we're here for, right? We got the money. Let's get our second big apple farm going as well. And we have our first set of apples. So we may see some cider at some point coming in. Let me have a look. We have to have 20 apples first. Then we'll do these. So no production limits. That's fine. So once they start coming, I mean, we can use the apples as food for now then. We got 3. And here we go. We should start to see some pretty good amounts. I think we've got enough people. We haven't quite put in our livestock yet. So we're going to need to permanently assign 2 these. Let's go for 2. And when we can afford it, in 4 days, we'll get another one in as well. I'm getting up there. I've got 5 right now. So the most of them are assigned, but that's okay. Going to hopefully make the ploughing a little bit quicker. When the cash comes in, I'm going to put apples in all 3 of these as well. And then eventually, once we've got the other fruits, I'm going to turn it off probably on these supply. We also need to populate granary again. So we'll say no apples eventually in this one, and we'll allow them just the pears and quinces, I think. All right, I see yield modest. We have our first honey. It just takes a year before they start coming in. So does that mean... Oh, we have 9 mead. Yes, I'm not going to use it yet. I mean, I'm very tempted to upgrade this straight away. The plan is 100% though to get the church in when we can. So we need to get all of that going. So the mortar, let's put in... I mean, let's say you always have to have 20 rubble stone. I'm going to stop selling this now. We only need 10. So let's stop selling the rubble. So no trade on that one now because it's not worth it. Also the same for planks. And what's funny is mortar, even though there's a production chain for it, it's actually costs the same as rubble stone. See what I mean? The numbers need a bit of a work on the trading, in my opinion. And let's prep these guys ready for all of the goats as well. Right, here we go. Are we milling up yet? The harvest is in, but they won't go and do it yet. I think it should be. What have we got? Rye grain, mead, animal feed, and herb. So, this guy, I think I got it a little bit wrong. We're going to need the windmill to work in both autumn and winter. And then we can mill that up and turn that into the rye flour. And the communal oven will hopefully now put the bread in. Now, let me turn off... Yeah, milk is fine there. I'm going to turn milk off that for now. And we're hopefully going to get all of that across and then have some bread. I mean, they're living pretty good. They got berries, veg, meat, eggs, soon to have bread, and they've got a bit of milk. And we're soon going to have to deal with what we're going to do for garments. So I think we're going to grow or farm our own and try and get in some linen. So flax into linen will be sensible. Wool into yarn is the easiest to get to tier 3, but I mean, put it over this way. And I might start some plots. So let's look at flax. So flax is good this end. So this is a no-brainer for me then. I'm going to have to put my flax fields by the manor house. And we're just going to rotate these on a 3 cycle, I think. I want them as fertile as possible. I said we were going to have a big farming community, didn't I? Yeah, we got 97%, 89%, and 88%. I don't know whether to go 2 years or just try and manually do this. For now, we'll just go with 1 year of flax. And then we'll get in the Weaver's Workshop. The Weaver's Workshop will probably just stick this end with these guys. It's going to help the whole logistical part of it anyway. I think it's time we get our first forester in. I mean... We're going to be farming around here anyway. If our logging camp's in here, let's assume this bit right here then is going to be where we need to log or plant. We'll eventually turn this into our chopping bit. Farming is going to surround us anyway. And I just want to point out we are on the 4th year now. Smashing it out. I want to try and get up to showcase it. I mean, the church has a tier 3 now, doesn't it? So we're not far off. I just need to get in those bits. And I'm going to need to buy in. You know what? We're not going to need to buy in. I'm going to... get my first clay furnace and stuff going over this end, so put you in. Let's go ahead and grab just a small mining pit on here, and we'll take that clay for ourselves. All right, we have 4 cows. We have been buying them in. I might stop there actually. Let's pause it up. No more money on that. We've bought a lot in, so let's just chill. I really want to see if we get any births in. Oh, you're a goat. I was just thinking, did we get... There's a cow there. What's going on? Oh, no, that's the ox. They do provide a passive yield of milk. Look, guys, the goats. Awesome. So goats are pretty viable. You get a bit of chevron, milk, and the hides required for the boots at tier 3. I really don't know whether I'm going to need another farmhouse or whether I just go crazy on these guys. Tempted to try. We'll just leave the summer to see if these guys go and work this one. All right, bandit camp's coming back up. I'm actually ready to get even more apples in. They are so expensive. But it's going to be worth it, honestly. Once we see that mead or cider is up considerably, we'll be good. And cider's going to take a little bit of a while, but we are going to start to see. So let's change it to the other mode. Fairly certain by the end of this year we're going to have some. The apple trees now are 100% showing apples on them. And this one will be catching up also. So by the end of this year, this should be pretty big. And I've just bought this one too. Now, as the families come in, all of these are ready with the old goats, apart from this one. So, pretty sure that should hold us true for a while. I'm going to let these build up a little bit. I'm not going to get any more in. And then the next ones are going to be some big farms. Now, I don't plan on taking any of the other regions. I just want to have a play with all the new features right now. And the main one, obviously, being that I want to get to the tier 1 church. So, let's start the tier 2 church and then on to the tier 3 as well. But yeah, we're going to start these guys right now. So the requirements are almost there. We've got our cut stone. I can turn that off now then. I'm sure we're going to need more. But I'm going to min-max the trade on that. But I don't want them buying in as we use them, because we want our money to go up as much as possible. So as soon as we have those slabby boys in, we'll be happy from the church. Now the only other thing we need, so we need those garments of some kind. I potentially should try the sheep. I'm not sure if they're going to die, so it is pretty high up. Just wondering if it classes that as severely high altitude. I don't know, but I don't want like massive travel time, so I would still be in favor of coming this side. Maybe like, what does that give? 6. We could do a small amount. So we'll let that construction come. We'll turn this back on. We'll put the cows down, but we're going to go... We do get the import of them being a little bit cheaper, remember. We're going to start with 4 sheep. What we're going to have is this weaver workshop doing both, so we can kind of leave them. You can't, for some reason, select the production on these. It's just going to do both, but that's fine. The good news is we are going to get the flax in this year. So I see pretty good. It's going to be 102 as well. So you know what? I'm just going to put someone in the weaver workshop, so as we start working this out, they'll come in anyway. Right, first roof tiles are in. We're almost there. We're on 10, so nearly good to get this up to tier 2. I think that's quite nice. The orchards around the church. Right, that's what I was kind of going for. Now, the butcher shop does say enables the butchering of pasture animals. So I do think it says production of sausages. I think we might get raw meat from the cow. I don't want to put them in yet, but it's something we need to consider. Oh my god, we have 7 cows. So yes, we have calves. Or no, sorry, they're sharing with the sheep. Ignore me. I was getting very excited. I was hoping that we'd have that, but actually the sheep are coming in. There was no births. Let's have a little look whilst we wait as well. Look at this. Nice bit of colour. Yep. The overlook with the manor house in the background now surrounded by the farms does look great. Quite happy with that. It's a nice map. This is one of the better looking maps, actually. I like having to try and deal with the hills sometimes. And I also love that the AI does a little bit more now. So let's see. They do have... Is that a tier? They do have a blacksmith. Okay, they just go crazy on some of that stuff as they always do. I don't know, but... Now, just checking spoilage rates. Animal feed, there is 0 spoilage if it's in a granary. So, really, really good. I see the mead is very low as well. So that 9 has just sat there for quite some time, which is good. I do see 5 cows. Did we buy one in again? We must have bought one in without... they must have got it before I even turned it off. But anyway, the sheep are in, so hopefully we can start weaving a little bit. And then, how's our storehouse? It's looking pretty good. Hopefully we'll be fine. Right, we have the roof tiles, so let's get the church upgraded to tier 2. And yeah, there's a tier 3, remember. Now we're just going to work this mining pit down for all of it ourselves. So this will give us enough roof tiles, hopefully, to do quite a few upgrades. I'm going to leave this going for quite some time. This... rich, endless underground reserves means we'll need to get something else, but we'll have to obviously upgrade to mine it later once the surface deposit is gone. I think once we go into the deep one, we'll be able to create our own cut. I can't remember anymore, but it'd be worth keeping an eye on. Now, as this money comes in now, we're going to get all of these. So that should hopefully be our saplings amount pretty much justified. And we're going to want to keep some houses at tier 1 potentially, but I'm going to go ahead now and get in a couple more farms. I'm probably just going to chop into this little bit. Not too long. We're going to go for slightly bigger ones though. I'm hoping for, yep, those lots of 2 there. And that's going to be probably cabbage. I just kill an bandit camp off. The main thing we want to keep an eye on this year is to see if the sheep die from the altitude. It's always going to be interesting. Thank you for the resources. And let's get these prepared straight away for our vegetable plots. Oh, there it is. So, look at this for an upgrade now. So, large stone church. You need to fulfill 3 church access requirements. So, we need 50 of that cut stone, 25 of the mortar, which we have 10. Did I set that as a limit? So, we need to change this now. I mean, let's put 50 as the limit. As long as we've got the rubble... Oh, we've got loads. Let's put 100. If we're going to need that later on for tier 3. But that should give extra happiness boost for the area anyway. Yeah, we're down pretty bad on some of these crops, by the way, the fertility. So we might have to only have 1 year, then let it fallow. I wonder if after the 2nd year they fallow okay, though. We'll see. I've got a good amount of coin coming in. I think what I'm going to do is go to 6 of each. Actually, let's go to 8 sheep. Because that wool is going to be pretty handy. I hope they don't die, though. We'll see. Pretty sure animal feed isn't a problem. As long as... I'm assuming it's the livestock farm that always looks after them. So we might need to up these numbers. We'll have 2 people running that now. Again, that increases our milk and stuff, doesn't it? So we've got a good amount of milk sitting there, as you can see. Still no apples, though. I'm hoping we end up with some real soon. We've got a nice little army. 2 archers, 1 spear, and 1 retinue as well. So we're going to want to make some money at some point. I'm not going to tax them until I have to. Right, let's get our cabbage in. Pretty cheap. And we'll get these expanded to have multiple families working them. So funnily enough, we've already got our mortar. We've got our logs. We've almost got the... What's it called here? Oh, construction yard workers we'll need for that as well. That's interesting. So we'd have to get one of these, which needs 6 wooden parts. Okay. Wooden parts aren't a problem. I can set these up on this one. We can literally say, just do like 10 wooden parts, but do it in that order. Yeah. And then, so we'll have these guys creating those wooden parts that we need. I'm not going to sell those. We'll just keep them on hand. But tier 2, as always looks nice. It looks a little bit different. It's not quite as big. So we're going to have that tier 3. I really, really want to see what it looks like. And the top tier houses. So it's going to take some doing to get there. That is the complete goal of this one, though, guys. Just to make something look nice, to be honest. Another bandit camp. I mean, these are freebies. So I can't complain too much. Now, I think Huddy, you only get a little bit per year. Now, we've got yarn coming in. Look at this. So, that's going to come in. That's nice to see. Harvest season has started. We're going to see the flax coming as well. That isn't my zone, is it? No, you can have that. That's fine. You guys carry on doing your thing out here. And that's going to get rid of the bandit camp over there. So, crack on. Let's go shield wall. We'll deal with this real quick. Just literally killing bandits for money. Look at him trying to come out and get it. Light mercenary. Go away. This is mine. We're taking that money. Thank you. I see what you're trying to do. Harvest going in really well. I don't know at what point we're going to need the second farmhouse, but I'm going to just keep... This is good. I just really want this to come in. There we go. We have 10 mead, so we're definitely getting more coming now. That's honey. Okay, we've got... So honey comes in once a year only, which is interesting. Obviously, it takes time, so it kind of makes sense. We have everything other than the blocks to go to the small stone church, so that's also good. I am going to get the construction yard in just so we've got it, guys. And we will put this over here. That's also a new building. Loads of apples coming in, guys, as well. So I imagine we are going to see some cider also coming in. So this is going to be hard at work in their home brewery here. Yield is only modest, so it's 0.8%. Whedon Hinterlanders obviously affects that efficiency, doesn't it? That's our choice there, but that's fine. I think maybe a second brewery isn't going to go amiss very soon because these apples are going to come in. So this one maybe we can turn into that. You can set this up before it's built. That's amazing. So we're going to go cider. We'll go mead, cider, ale in that exact order. Fantastic. Well done, guys. Right, we got our 8 sheep, 6 cows. I think, are we full on pasture space? We are. So what we need to do is get them prepped for space for another. And I really don't want to take too much field space, but maybe get one this end around the back of these. That gives 4 in there. So we'll get one. Oh, wrong one. I wasn't meant to do that. Pasture. 6 in there. The pastures are completely different now. Good news is all these pastures around the windmills, put that to 100%. Look at this. We have linen. So garments. Do I need to make them? Actually. Hold on. Let's demolish these pigs a second. Let's get you upgraded. I have a feeling we're going to need to make a tailor for tier 2. Right, pasture's done. So if there's any births now, I think we're okay. We're going to see if these sheep do die. So if we look at the mine, it's going to have to be a quarry. It does go on here, so I could hit this now. I'm just letting them finish off this last bit. So we're going to be able to make our own, actually. So let's prep those guys in as well. So we will be able to do stonemason. So we'll put this over here as well. Ignore that. Let's just say missing ox guide. Unassigned families attempt to guide it, but we'll leave it there. Okay, so let's get our tailor workshop in to make those clothes. And we will say clothes from yarn first and then linen. Absolutely fine. So just crack on with both of those. Let's see how we get on. Fairly certain we're going to hit these requirements and just stockpiling, like I say, that ale. We've got cider and mead now, guys. Yes, I do believe they drink less too, which is good to know. I got a good amount of linen and yarn coming in and some hides for tier 3 on the shoes when we need them. Loads of flax. I don't know whether I'm going to need a second family in this weaver workshop. Most likely. I think production limit, we leave it. We don't do anything, I think, is sensible. We just let them go to town. There we go. First bit of clothing then coming in. Let's make sure we've got enough hands to deal with it. We have. Let me tell you, cows aren't bad with the goats. We got 40 milk sitting here. How are you guys doing? Wow, you've got a lot of smashing to do. So you need to get through that and thresh all that, please. I don't know if they managed to get to this one in time. because it's going to switch crop. I know these are going up, look, once it's done. So once the rotation happens, yeah, so 2 of each seems to be fine. Once it's done with this one, we'll be good. But yeah, they've definitely changed it a little bit. The farming definitely is working better than it was. What I don't like is the lack of honey. I guess you could get more honey producers in, right? You could get loads of them in, but you're not going to get that extra bonus. So that also might be a potential thing that we do. But now though, we are milling up, so we're going to have nice amount of bread coming in from the communal oven as well. So clothing already being consumed as quick as it's going in. Let's see where it's going. Let's open the marketplace. It'll go to the closest first. Remember, let's overstock the marketplace a little bit. It should go tier 2s only. I'm not seeing it anywhere yet. Hope that isn't broken again. Highly likely we're going to need more producers for that. So let's go ahead and get one more. If I can fit a house in here, that'd be fantastic. I can, but it's nothing other than a person without a garden. So let's get, trying to keep it tight, close knit. Let's get a clothing maker this end. Yeah, let's double it up. That's fine. Let's now bin off our surface quarry. Stone gatherer's camp can go, and we are going to get the mine in. Now, problem with the mine is that's going to then require us to get more tools. So we're going to have to turn up the trade of tools to, let's go to 8 now. I'm going to assign a family to the stone church. I don't know if it makes it more efficient. Clothing's still at 1. Let's make sure we work on this house that we've just got in. So that really needs to go to tier 2 before anything. And fuel now, let's turn off the amount we're selling, because we did go pretty well with it. Let's turn this up. Let's go to 350, and then let's make sure that the forester's hut can go in. Let's tell them to just plant this section here. And then woodcutter, is it it's the firewood that's lacking, not the charcoal. So let's get a second person in the woodcutter as well. It's also worth us selling the mortar, not the stone, sorry. Mortar we're going to export. We're going to say let's keep 60 on hand, sell the rest at 1 a pop. Right, whilst we're producing, I'm also going to try and trade in. I'm pretty sure it is clothing that we need for the tier 2, right? It's January, no sheep have died yet. That's always a good sign. There's also not a single cow birth or anything, so I'm not sure that's a thing yet. Still not seeing any clothing distributing. It's disappearing, but not going in any house. So that's also something that isn't kind of doing it right now. I don't know, like they probably consume really fast. I don't know. I'm going to put a second tailor in now. If it's still a problem, then we might not be able to upgrade. So we'll see. I see 3 clothing. We're going to get another one in. So it might just need a big boost. Let's see. No, I see him going in now. Perfect. Okay, so if we turn on the ale, we're going to be able to go to tier 3. Not going to do it yet. That's awesome. Shall we do it? Let's do it. I don't know if we're going to have enough yet. We could also buy in. So let's have a little look at alcohol. So which one's cheapest? I mean, normal ale is the cheaper. But what I'm going to do is just set surplus to 10. We're going to unlock this trade. That's really expensive. But we're going to obviously make some of our own. So I probably should have used mead actually and had that at 10. But that's fine. I imagine we're going to see those apples rolling in very soon now. So we got 2 fully functional, 3 catching up here as well. Maybe our next ones we should smash up and make those even bigger. But ideally, should be able to get this in. And once we've met the requirements on this bad boy, we should be able to then start to smash through. Let's go to 10 tools as our buffer. And the stone mason station, we're going to get 1 in there. We need to get those up. That's also going to be a resource we can sell. So once the church is in, we should be fine. But yeah, I'm hoping. There we go. I have tier 3. So the booze house, we're going to upgrade to our first tier 3 burgage plot. I'm also going to do it on my farm. And I think for now, that is going to be it. We have some mead in there, though, which is awesome. And I really want to test how long this lasts. That's the main thing. Still no bursts. The sheep didn't die on this one, though. That's the main thing. And you'll be surprised, the amount of yarn that linen we're producing is impressive. So really, really happy with that, just off the 1 farm too. Now, the downside is making sure that we get the numbers up. It just needed the clothing buffer to build, which is great. And we already have 2 dressed stone. That's coming in nicely. I'm going to have to get some more families in now to improve distance that I can use. So let's get... I think we want to look at more orchards potentially. What's the problem? Average planting cost plus 30% there. Why? I mean, let's try this end then. Yeah, we'll try 2 more big ones. Again, going to need those apples to roll in. And first, lots of tier 3s, almost finishing, or 2.5s, as we'll call them. So next requirement is tier 3. So we can go to burgage plot level 4. All we need is footwear, to be fair. Look at this. We've done pretty well. They only need 1 beverage. They need this church. This is great. So we got a good mixture. And we are almost ready for the shoemaker, to be honest. I just need more population now. So I would probably do well just to get in a couple of smaller ones, just producing chickens again. Right, let's have a little look with these upgrades in. Yeah. So I think we only need 3 houses to fulfill this requirement to get the church to tier 3. We have our first calf. So cows do give birth, they just take ages. So we have... Ah, that's so nice. A little calfy boy. Is it you? Or are you just on your own? Yeah, you look like a calf. There we go. You did it. Very nice. We've got a nice surplus of clothing. The only downside now is the cider has gone. So we're going to need some more. There's going to be no possibility to upgrade until we get them more beverage. So we're going to be obviously buying those in. I wonder if we get more. We could do mead. It's 640 though. So we'll try and go to 10 mead as well. I'll just need to pay for that, just not yet. So again, booze still going to be quite tough to get going, I think. I think it's just designed to slow down. We are 5 years in though. But yeah, designed to make it a little bit harder. I think these two also, again, need to be apple. And honestly, what I should be doing here with this advanced is chopping down all of these trees. Just so I don't waste them too much and this can be more farmland. Oh, some raiders have showed up. Let's see. Are they going to come for me or are they fighting this end? Are these guys taking these lands but not doing anything with it? Oh, they've hired someone up to start fighting them. I think he's going to end up fighting them then. Yeah, his unit's coming out, so we don't need to worry about that. Just going to hit the upgrade on the tavern to get that ready as well. I'm pretty sure we're going to be good on booze very soon. Just hurry up and kill him, please, so I don't need to deal with those. But yeah, the numbers should go up is when we're buying them in. It's just a kind of trying to figure out how much they use, you know? He's going for your town. You guys just need to fight. Burn everything down if he's not careful. His units are in here somewhere. Maybe I need to get mine out ready. They might just bypass. Just in case, we'll get mine out then. Nope, they're burning him down, look. Ah, you silly sausage. Where's all your units gone? Say goodbye to your town. Marketplace has been burnt, look. Oh, you fool. Alright, raiders have ended up absolutely rinsing him. I can't help you, buddy. Oh, just in case they come this way, I'm going to get into his middle bit. This is cool that he's got houses out on this bit, isn't it? But his whole thing has been burnt down. His units are in here somewhere. Right, we have 38 dressed stone. We've almost got enough for the next tier then. We really don't have to bury them, so I'm bringing them this way. Oh, this is quite hard for them to get through, actually. If they even come this way. What are you doing? Get back. You fight them. You guys are going to have to come around. I messed up there. We're just going to bring them around and shoot them instead. That's it. We'll kite you. No problem whilst you get peppered. Run! You guys attack. You hold them just fine. Thank you. Wow, forgot how bad the arrows lot are. Awful. I might just have to stand there and let them die. Could potentially get the retinue in, but we'll let them carry on. I know they're killing them. It's alright. You guys just turn on that. Let's all kill it as quick as possible, please. Actually, maybe turn on that one. Run down the hill. You guys just slap the arrows on that. It's doing well. We're in the trees, unfortunately, so effectiveness isn't as good, but we are spread. That's the main thing. Makes it really difficult for them. There we go. Look at that. That unit is broken. When positioned and ready, we're fine. Pretty sure that's all of them. Let's disband. We've got someone in the church to bury them, so it's fine. I'm just putting in chickens across the board here, and this is just so we can get more animal produce running, just to keep them happy. There we go. There's our third tier 3. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm pretty sure that's all we need. I'm going to need to pump up the log numbers, but let's get one more in there. And let's keep an eye. Clothing still holding good. We've got a little bit of booze at the large tavern. Not a lot, but it's enough to keep them going. I've just realised we don't have enough water. It's stopping us from upgrading a couple of other things. So let's get the wells done. I love just building on one little patch, to be honest. Don't know why. Just really like it. I'm going to set a dressed stone export for 50. So we'll have our 50 and sell the rest. Let's export some of these. Oh, no, we don't want them. We're going to keep hold of these then, actually. We'll just keep selling what we can. Money's still slowly going up. Now, with these being tier 3, we should get some apple yield from this as well. I really just want to see what the stone church is all about, man. Let's go. Almost there. I think we're just shy. So I've got 46 dressed stone. Good. All of these coming in is going to help with the chickens as well. I'm going to push even more chickens. We're keeping them pretty happy because the grains, we've got the rye bread. I don't know whether we need... Yeah, we could just give them straight oats, but the bread lasts longer. Or they enjoy it more at least. We're on 84% approvals. It's not bad at all. And there it is. Let's go. Large church. Let's get that prioritized. It's quite an expensive upgrade. Now, at least any that we have coming through here now, I can turn this down. Let's say keep 10 for now. Just sell the rest. And then keep the booze pumping if you can. That's not mine, is it? Oh, it's down there. Yeah, carry on. Okay, we got some cider coming in, so we're definitely buying it. That's good. So once they come in, another ruler's army was sighted. What are you doing in mine? Oh, no, you're in yours. Yours looks nice up here. You've done well. Time for more apples. Although, if we switch from apples and put in, like, the quinces or pears, it does counter the animal produce, because we can get an apple and... Because the milk is holding pretty well, I think. Obviously, the eggs are a nice little buffer. We got no worries in veg, so yeah, maybe getting in maybe 1 or 2 of the smaller ones. They grow slightly quicker. Apples take 3 years. Pears take 4 years. Nah, I think if we can stick to apples, it's a better choice. Anyway, the church coming in is going to be good. I don't know if there's a tier 4. But very excited to see what this one looks like. And then we can look at maybe changing one of these piggies. Upgrading it. And then getting that as a cobbler shop. So I think we're ready for that as well, just for the satisfaction. Because there is tier 4 housing. I think that's the tier 4 is the old big ones, isn't it? That we used to see anyway. We'll have a little look as we still come in just before that church comes so you can see what it looks like. Yes, it's such a cool spot up on here, isn't it? Love that, man. Got my cows and sheep roaming about as well. Right, let's get our... Oh no, it's tier 3, isn't it, for cobbler workshop? We actually need to get these upgraded then. Would like to make some cheese. Maybe the 2 tailors might not be required. The clothing's going up nicely, so I could potentially... Although beverage, we're going to need one of these. So let's get you. And you'll be fine. We just need to get upgraded. So yeah, as soon as the booze goes into you, then we're fine. Now, look at that apple yield. 158 now, so we should start to see the brewer kicking in with these 2 families. And they should start smashing that out. I see lots of mead coming in. Oh, we must have got a honey yield. Fantastic. So we're all good again. Things you love to see. I think, let's get that beverage in. Let's see how much we need. So I just need this to come in. I don't want to get another family in because we're struggling for those anyway. Got plenty of cider, plenty of mead now. I do think I just need a second family in there, so let's do that. Got more chickens coming in across the board here, so we're fine. We moved this as our main weaver workshop down here now. So still pulling in clothing just fine. And ale and mead looks good as well. So all in all, absolutely fine. And there it is. There's the tier 3. So we're going to get our cobbler. And honestly, tempted to remove you now as that. We're going to get you up to graded to tier 3. So we're going to get 1 cobbler, 1 cheesemaker now. Just so I can see what it's all about. And we're almost there then. And I should be able to, once the cobbler's in, get these to tier 4 houses. And there we go. We hit large village. Nice. Oh, we're missing skilled workers. I haven't even got this populated. Duh, you need a construction yard. Oh, wow. Maintenance of 8 per year on the construction yard. I just completely missed. Now these guys, hopefully, look at them. Mixing up the mortar there. Wow, that's cool. Very interesting. I like the idea of having the construction yard. It makes it a little bit easier to manage because then they're dedicated to it. I think that's pretty good. Right, this one then, we're going to go for... Let's go for the cheesemonger. Now, I've just realised for us to get leather, we're going to need this, right? We need to turn hides into leather. Apparently, I don't have enough goods, even though I know I do. I can see it. It's the planks. Okay, how are we looking? There we go. We'll get the leather worker or tannery over this side. Right, cheesemonger is in. Let's get that active recipe on. Do we have to get salt? Oh, no. I'm a bit behind on a lot of this, so we can make a little bit then with the salt. Okay, we'll get it in. we're going to need some active families. I reckon I could probably reduce this down. There we go. That gives us some active families. First off, though, get the building finished. Just letting this church slowly tick. But look at this. They're having to do full-on masonry work on it, which is crazy. Let's maybe get a second one in there. It does have a builder's storage, which is nice. Just watching all the framework and stuff come in. This is really cool. Look, bit by bit. 2 families building it. It's going to be the mega church for everyone. And this one is going to be the cobbler workshop. I'm going to need more families in soon. Let's put in some random little ones just for outskirts of town. No harm in getting a couple more this end just to pull in more animals. Now I have 81% supply and demand on the booze, so it's not that hard. Clothing wise, also really, really easy. Just took that little bit extra, so it's not hard at all. It's going to be interesting once I deal with the cobbler. Look at this. Still going. I wonder if we assign... Let's go for another family in the construction yard. I can turn that off afterwards, right? I might set up a little salt trade just to buffer some cheese. Where's salt? All right, we're going to have to buy this one. That's fine. We'll establish that. Let's say bring 10 salt in as well, please. So I can start the cheese. Now let's have a look at the ratios. Let's see if we can make sense of them. So 1 milk and 1 salt makes 2 cheese. So it is worth doing. That's really good. I didn't check if the ratios have changed on clothing. 1 yarn equals 1 cloth, 1 linen. So 2 linen is 1 gambeson though. Okay, and then we'll check the cobbler requirements in a moment. I also didn't hover over the booze properly, so rather than rushing, let's have a look. So ale is 1 malt makes 1 ale. Mead is 1 honey to 1 mead, and then cider is 4 apples to 1 cider. So although cider is easier to bring in, you need a lot of apples for it. So again, might be something you want to buy in as a buffer like I've set up, as well as pulling them in. Church is almost done though. We are building to our heart's content here. I'm going to have to also, like I said, I've got a few more houses coming in. I'm going to push in more. Might be worth us turning them into honey. Got enough food. I could get more of that going just to see if we can produce even more mead. Hey, this is a very cool looking building though. I don't know if it goes again, but it's this huge. What are we on? Almost there. All right, cobbler workshop is in. Not construction yard. Oh, I've just seen something on there. Let's have a look. 1 leather makes 1 shoes. Let's tick that. You can just make that to your heart's content. Tannery's not ready yet. Yeah, I did just see the advanced on here. Look, you can tell them what to store in here. So we can have construction yard, store it from here. So we can get all of this in. I don't know if these guys go around doing maintenance. I wonder. I don't think they do. But that's quite handy. So you can have all those stored in there instead of your storage place. Now the church is in. So we are going to turn this down now. I'm going to have 1 person in that construction yard. Let's take a look. It does look pretty mega, doesn't it, guys? Look at that. Yeah, I like that. Good design. And that is the top tier. So, okay. Large stone church, tier 3 in. So all we need now then is this cobbler workshop to start producing. So we need the leather maker. So this tannery is in, or about to come in. And the tannery is related to bark gathering. We have our first bit of leather coming in very quickly. I don't care about losing to the bandits. We're getting into territory of where I want to be here. Only one is we need to make sure the supply stays high. And actually, once you've had a buffer in, you're fine. If I wasn't trying to get to the end game stuff as quick as possible, it could obviously take my time and do that. We have salt in, we have milk. We're going to have our first bit of cheese. There it is. We have that coming in. Obviously, spoilage is going to be very low on that one. So food variety, I mean, wow. Doing pretty good. Now that everything's fixed, it definitely feels like it's fixed. I can get everything done as you're intended to. So I'm officially on the 6th year. So 6th year in, and we have managed to pretty much get, hopefully, to tier 4 momentarily. I imagine it's going to take the construction yard workers to put to tier 4. We shall see. It's only going to be these guys anyway. And then these ones, as they come in over here, we are going to put in a mixture. I might get some more honey, and then we'll keep building them in anyway. I'll probably go next to these guys. It doesn't matter too much. Yeah, let's get 4 in there. Squish those guys in for honey again. And there we go. I see them coming in. They're going as quick as they come in, though. So only thing we need to keep an eye on is how many hides we'll rinse through. I've got quite a few left, but that is also something we might want to consider trading in. And it is a minor trade, so we can say try and keep the number at 50 or something. So when it goes down, Let's say 30. When the number drops, go in. So we've always got some in. And there we go. We got clothing and shoes slowly ticking up. So now we just need those to distribute over. We're pretty full on the granary and storehouse. We'd have to get more if we want to get them in. That is, oh, we need meat and fishes. So we need a little bit more meat as well. And there we go. We have, what do we need? Requirement not met. Oh, we don't have the beverage now. So just got to wait for the booze. Right, we've officially started getting in some royal tax now. So I am going to have to turn that on. Just put 2% in. Probably be done before then anyway. And yeah, all these coming in. Let's... Not all of these are going to be the honey. We're going to get chickens in too. Right, there's 2 bandit camps over here. I'm going to go deal with them because they just stole 4 shoes from me. Not ideal. Right, we have everything. First, burgage tier 4. Now, these bring in obviously more money. So we're going to go ahead and hit one of those. I don't know what its requirements are. Oh, here we go. So, families level 3 or higher, you need 20 of those to go to the small town. I don't know what the large town is. But yeah, let's take you out of the church as well. Free that up. Just going to kill the bandit camps. But yeah, this is going to go in perfectly. I'm hoping to get this one upgraded next. Because that is one of the farms. But yeah, footwear was nice and easy. Clothing and footwear, absolutely fine. The only one that's a little bit tricky, I would say, is the booze. Now, I could just grow, to be fair, what I'm not doing is malting into beer. Which I really just... Because I wanted to try out the other 2. So I think we're fine. I'm just dealing with this real quick. There's a second bandit camp as well. But again, we can carry on buying those in, right? And get all our resources back that they stole as well. Nice. There it is, look. So tier 4 is the old tier 3. Now that requires then... It's only 1 beverage again, which is good. So the only difference is the extra food. It's actually not that bad. So, yeah, this is cool. I'm fairly certain we're going to have a bunch of apples about to come in. And we got loads of cheese. Look at that. Yeah, so... what I'm noticing as well, sheep give birth way quicker than cows. So I've only had 1 calf so far, but I've got 4 lambs, 9 sheep. So 1's grown up. I've had 5 births from sheep, 1 from cows so far. I think we're full. And pastures are so much more space consuming. It's not a bad thing. It's just something you're going to have to get used to. So, and the bigger you build it, the more construction cost it actually is too. Now, because our approval is so high, it's pulling in big migration that I don't need, but also good influence plus passive income. So level 2, 3, and 4 now are both coming in. Now, I might need to turn up tax a tiny bit more, but it's mainly because we don't have much money. I'm sticking barley on rotation now. Now, the yield isn't going to be very good, but any that are free, I'm going to have to put it in. Some will be okay. I wonder if I can rotate them in over here, actually. Yeah, barley's good over this way. So let's put it into these fields. And then we'll prep a malt house or something, and then we're good. So that should keep us nice and buffered. So let's just stick one. I mean, we've got space, so... Alright, we'll get the brewery upgraded next. I just want to upgrade some of these ones around the church. And if you're wondering, it is the construction yard families that build the tier 4, so you're definitely going to need that. Otherwise, it won't come in. And there we go, it's coming in. These add obviously extra slots as well, which I'm happy with. Look at these apple trees, nice and mature now. They look great. So once this one's in, we're going to see what we look like. I've got a nice full row of them. So we've managed to get up pretty good. And that should, well, I mean, we're going to hit the small town at least anyway. But yeah, well, I mean, once this barley's in, it wouldn't be a problem. And then we just go ahead and scale this as much as possible. There it is. Look, it did finish off. It looks a bit weird. A couple of smaller houses, but it's because they're going to work together on the orchards. They are separate. It almost makes them look like 2 separate houses, which is good. But yeah, look at that little zone. This is great. And there it is, the small town. We hit it. Just honestly going through upgrading these down here now. This is so pretty. I love that new church, though. It really, really does look good. It does make me excited for the more and more upgrades that can come. And what I will say is about the animals, it is definitely way, way slower, like completely been nerfed. You can't just go ham on sheep anymore. I mean, it might multiply later on, but yeah, not that much. You'd be better off trying to push into the backyard animals a little bit more. Clothing and shoes is, though, really easy. Shoes, super, super easy. 1 cobbler will do the whole town, I'm sure, because the requirement is only at tier 4. Go away, bandits. So really quite, well, just really easy, if I'm honest. Clothing is still easy as well. The only one, again, is booze. But once this barley kind of comes in, not going to matter. All of that's going to be really easy anyway. Right, let's have a look then. Guys, that is going to be the end of this one. I think I've gone through everything in the new changes, at least with the ones that I care about anyway, which is cows, the church, all the new production chains anyway, and genuinely the bugs are dealt with, I think. So there we have it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you could hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already as well, it's a massive, massive help to the channel. And also check out membership options. Let me know your thoughts on the game as well in the update. As always, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll catch you in the next one.